Do you know what
I
they mean,
mean,
Sean? Because you were doing. They just entered the map where he says orange one, orange two, red
I
C.
okay, so I don't know what this guy's damage is, but I think everything is just attacking LaHaye, uh, except for two companies which are on my map, which he ordered to attack Lasay.
Which is
Did
on
he?
your map.
Yes, and it's also been in British hands for like 2 hours at this point. And the bridge that he was trying to cross has been blown. So I'm not exactly sure what the idea was with that one, but yeah,
But
Interesting.
what do the colors mean? Because he has them.
they
Wait,
What
you
is
mean like the
orange
blue
one?
circle or what? Or
No, in
no?
his orders, 8th Brigade, he says orange one, do this. Orange two, do this.
Probably means like different battle groups or something like that.
so he has it on
Does he have it in his orders?
he has a screenshot. You see the screenshot down at the bottom?
Yeah.
The arrows are different colors. So
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wait, Bismarck.
what?
That's you're going overkill, man. You're making me look bad. You're
What?
making your screenshots are making me look bad. Is that the fog of war
Well,
mechanic in TTS or?
no. So I've been working on that Bull Run map all day, and I've just, in order to do the forest, that's what I had.
Interesting.
I
Interesting.
just so in Photoshop
In Photoshop.
that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that
okay.
yeah, that brush just for some reason makes the woods look good.
It does. It does.
Well,
geez,
yeah, and I was thinking
what?
this, if
Why do you
I'm
do that?
focusing
Why
on,
don't you do that, Carter, instead of giving me a screenshot of a forest?
That was tack. That was tack. That was tack. And I approved. This is from another game. We're doing a test run of Tack and I's and Damon's Civil War rules, and Sean is one of the players, and he ran his cavalry into some woods in order to take cover, and so we gave him just like a, like Getty Images picture of like woods in West Virginia instead of an actual screenshot. I was like on the fence about it, but I was like, no harm, no foul. The troops followed his orders, like might as
Yeah,
well
I
have
don't.
fun.
I mean, I'm not. I've already been chewed out by Damon once, deservedly, for not following his orders. So, I'm not doing that again. But I don't understand what exactly he's trying to do there.
On McPherson Ridge,
No, with me in the forest.
ambush positions, maybe, I don't know.
I was like, we're deploying facing north, right? And he's like, no, you're facing west.
Oh,
Because my thought was we were going to deploy on the edge of the forest along like the fence line, uh, and then we were going to hit them in the flank. And I was going to be like, well, I'm not necessarily sure that the troops are ready for that. But no, he's worried about them fording the river and going through that forest, which seems like a great way to just lose an entire brigade. Just have it be there for hours.
interesting.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I am like confused as fuck looking at this 8th Brigade orders.
I think it's literally just all of the units on your map. I think he wants them to attack LaHaye.
But I don't see some of the companies he's asking for. I don't see any East Yorkshire anything.
Okay, so if you look at the British pieces,
Yeah. I have
uh,
those here.
you'll see under the battalion
is.
number, you'll see a regiment, East Yorkshire Regiment.
Are they entering the map here?
I don't know where they are on your map.
They aren't on my map right now.
I don't know what Cadorna did with them last time.
All right, we'll say they just got lost in there.
Yeah, they're in the shadow realm between the two maps.
Oh, that reminds me. Anything around Brickbeck, I will take care of.
Okay, cool. Because that's on this map.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 185th Brigade is going to entrench for another turn and not do anything.
Yay! You
Love
love it
it.
when the Brits just stop and dig in. It's so in
But-
character for them.
Still don't see a Southern Lancaster regiment. Oh wait, no, I do. Never mind.
Yeah, that was because Carter decided that it not only was it important to get the brigades that they were in, he needed to get the ceremonial regiments, and which battalion they are in those ceremonial regiments.
This is important stuff, man.
No, it's not, Carter.
This is how they referred to each other. They weren't the 2nd Battalion. They were they'd refer to each other by the battalion names, right, from the regiments. Like, they weren't just... This is part of the lore, man. Like...
Yes, conveniently, you're umpiring all of the Americans. So.
Not a point.
I have to deal with the fucking British Corps, okay?
I mean, this is important stuff, man.
Carter.
This is critical information, Sean. This is... Forget the 51st Highland Division made by Tand, which just went 1st, 2nd, 3rd Battalion. No.
Yeah.
That takes away an element of the roleplay, and you know that roleplay is the second most important part of Kriegspiel.
What's the most important part?
Yeah.
Writing dispatches.
Trying to drown Sam Miller in the river with his radio stuck to his back.
No. The most important part of Kriegspiel is the friends you make along the way. No.
Lovely.
Carter, do you know what these guys are doing here?
Yeah. Look at 91st Division Command's orders. I believe
91 Luftlandä, or is it
91 Luftlandä. Yep. It's going to be under 81st Army Corps.
I'm on their page. I don't want. See.
91
Oh,
Luftlandä.
105. Attack the roads right out of Belmont. God, are we gonna play this game of?
That's where it is. That's where
Oh.
he's.
Okay.
That's the spot he's pointing out.
Are you
So how-
sure the commander's not lost in trying to fight a Civil War battle?
And these tanks are probably going to move to defensive positions in town.
Okay.
Here's a question. I have a German column marching on the road and a British column pursuing them, and they've just caught up to them. But
The
barely.
British have caught up to the Germans?
Right. Marching on the same road.
Uh-huh.
So would that force the last German company to turn and face them, or
Were the
How would
British
you-
doing a patrol march and the Germans also doing a patrol march? Like, what? I'm trying to...
the Germans are doing? So the Germans had orders to. This is my old regiment. The Germans had orders to wait for the artillery to limber up, and once it was,
So that's
they
why
would
it took
move.
them time. That's why the British were able to catch up, huh? Because
Right,
they were...
right.
Okay.
I'm
So,
gonna
yeah,
roll a
the
death
last
die
regiment
for
would
him.
have to turn around, yeah.
okay.
Where's your death die, Carter?
Where is it?
Right here.
Right there.
This one. Yeah, because he's walking through artillery fire.
Oh.
What do you think? You just do a 19, he dies, right?
I do it on a 1.
That wasn't a good.
It landed on a 1, and then you rolled it again.
He landed on a 6 originally. It wasn't a very good roll.
That's disappointing.
It wasn't satisfying. Oh, it's a 17.
Well,
He
you
survived.
realize that there
It
is
hit
no
the ground on a
actual
1,
roll
and
in
then...
Tabletop Simulator.
No, it hit the ground on a 6.
No. But like when it hit 1 as like it touched the ground on a 1 before you threw it up again.
Oh, wow.
But I don't care. I was just remarking on how lucky that bastard is.
Well, I want to kill players, so.
It makes our
Oh yeah,
job
the more
easier,
players
right?
we kill, the better.
Yeah. What, you thought you were playing a game of Kriegspiel? No, this is only war.
This is the whatchamacallit, the oh gosh, the greatest
What time is it?
game?
10:30.
Ooh, that is
Yeah.
big. Germans rolled a 10, and the British rolled a 14 on two
Oh, I
d12s.
love this.
Phew.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun with this. This is gonna be a real set piece attack.
Oh, the British are following the textbook, huh? How
Yes.
characteristic of them. I feel like even though we haven't got a British team full of British people and an American team full of American people, both teams are acting the way that they would. The British are very methodical, and the Americans are kind of gung-ho.
Well, I mean, not to poop on your parade, but I also haven't seen. You have you encountered any American players that are really gung ho? So they find the Germans and then they just sit on their ass the entire time waiting for artillery.
There have been some cases where the Americans go, "Oh shoot," but not many. But all of those occasions have been all of the times that they encountered the Germans. So, every single time any Allied player comes under attack, right? Then everything goes haywire. They're like, "Oh my god, the Germans can fight back? That's crazy, bro."
Allies at the Battle of the Bulge. Like, wait, they can counterattack?
Yeah.
They're allowed to do that?
That's not a. Let's pull out the rule book, Jones. I don't think this is allowed. It can't be. I mean, like, come on. That's like not even realistic, bro. They put all the tanks in Germany against us. Like, how realistic is that? That's like totally. That's like no. The umpires are clearly biased. How would they? All right. Anyways.
Bias.
I'm gonna have fun with this.
Bias starts the freaking Vsauce music. Just like, what is bias?
She can't do that. Shoot her or something.
Okay.
Are you streaming now?
I am.
Oh, excellent.
Oh wait,
Okay.
I need to look at 915's orders.
Okay, and then these. Okay. I mean, this is honestly like really textbook. Like, by accident, the British have concentrated their forces, and they're using the entire division's artillery, and yeah, to attack a half a kilometer front.
I had a guy try to call in naval artillery on a unit about 50 yards from him.
I'm gonna say that
That's-
fucking starts, but
Probably not a good end to that.
I think that's within the safety area.
Yeah. It is a danger close.
Okay. And this unit, that they'll be the reserve. They're really beat up. I'll have to look at that again and figure out if I did imply that the crossing was still there, because I'm pretty sure I explicitly said that your 1st Battalion finds that the crossing at Moncrox was destroyed. So I don't know why they're surprised now that they can't cross the river there.
You know,
I
some of these
mean,
things come as a shock to people.
yeah. I mean, you know, they do have divisional engineers that they aren't using for anything and ask for tasking every turn.
You know, that's not really fair. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm gonna write down here so I don't forget the 91st.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna forget them. It's because they have units like everywhere. Okay.
Okay. So then I think I'll only treat that anti-tank piece like it's... I don't think I'll treat it quite as outnumbered as it is. It's a really good position. Probably because I placed it there.
Ha 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 ha.
But no, this is good. I'll give you guys a screenshot of what's happening. But you know, it's nice that we could get a really good set piece thing, as opposed to just kind of weird meeting engagements. So,
Man, I'm just like, if 914 and 915 Grenadier regiments like concentrated and launched a counterattack, they could easily punch through this paper thin 5th Corps line right now. Oh my gosh, so the British would be much farther along on their objectives right now if 3rd Fallschirmjäger hadn't gone down there. But at the same time, if 3rd Fallschirmjäger was still in position around Valognes, they could have launched a devastating counterattack against the American beaches. And now I'm just thinking, like, maybe I messed up by screwing with the German plan. I don't know.
well, I mean, I think it's, I think it's a product of both sides metagaming that we were only running one day.
Uh-huh. Yeah, true.
I'm surprised someone in the German high command hasn't been like, Jesus, everybody fall back to Cherbourg now. Like, it's
right. It seems
pretty thin up there.
It seems kind of like they should probably just fall back to Cherbourg, and Festung it, I
was reading that on the 9th, I think, historically, von Rundstedt called up there and ordered them to start destroying the port because it just seemed hopeless at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking, in this situation, when would they... It wouldn't be as thorough as it was historically, but...
Right.
At what point are they going to be like, all right, let's start thinking about destroying the port?
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Okay.
Okay. I can do that. You'll need time to reorganize your column.
5.
Oh, also, you'll like to hear this, Carter.
Oh yeah.
The Canadians' landing time is being moved up.
Hey!
They'll land
Oh,
next turn.
Canada, our home and sacred patriot land, true. All right. Oh gosh, for somebody who's going to probably apply for Canadian citizenship soon, I need to know more of the national anthem than I do.
Okay, I don't. Okay, third division's commander is gonna make my head explode. Okay, you have mechanized infantry. Why aren't you giving them orders? They don't do anybody any good by sitting on the beach.
I mean, yeah, but where's the fun in that? I mean, suntanning is pretty cool, you know?
But it's also not good for the universal carriers. So.
Or the skin.
Oh, wait, this is the British sitting on the beach. Oh.
Yes. Third Division has a battalion of mechanized infantry. I had to remind the player that they existed. He didn't order their landing, so they landed. Because the commander was really bored.
He's like, screw it, I'm gonna go ashore. I can't take it anymore.
I don't know why they're not. Like, it would have been really useful to have these units to pursue the Germans when they fell back.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see the odyssey of 352nd Division Commander in the after action report. Like,
What do you do?
well, so Otto, right, is in charge of the 352nd Infantry Division.
Yep.
And he, what should we call it? It was his original headquarters was Saint-Mary Église, and a battalion of American paratroopers dropped right on top of it, like at 0100.
Oh, yes.
And
I
almost
remember.
captured him. So he barely escaped, right? Then, then of course he's trying to manage the situation from Tourqueville when he gets word that the Americans are breaking through from the beaches, at the same time as the 101st is trying to sniff him out, you know. And so then he goes down to where he knows it's safe at the 916th Grenadier at Grenadier Regiment's HQ. And then that's where he gets word that, wait a minute, I think I'm cut off. I think I've been cut off from the rest of my division. And so now they're going west towards the Margaret River, and they're probably going to, in fact, they're definitely going to have to swim across to safety.
Oh, wow.
So he might get captured, he might not. I'm not sure, but at this point, it's been something of an odyssey for him. His entire morning has been just trying not to get captured.
Okay.
Has this unit here been moved yet?
Nope.
The
The
8th IR? Okay.
The entirety of the 4th Infantry Division has stayed put for the moment.
This commander here wants to talk to this commander here.
Okay, they'll probably.
He says, I want to move east, but I don't know which way these guys north are moving.
Yeah, so let me get to them in just a moment. Let me look. 8th IR.
Okay, you know what? The commander of the 9th Brigade is officially my favorite player.
What are you saying?
His orders have just been really, really good and very clear.
Who's the player?
The commander of the 9th Brigade.
Yeah, but what's his name?
He's the replacement we got, or...
Is that Chris 2020 something?
No, let's see.
The 9th Canadian?
Chimpy.
Okay.
No, the 9th Brigade in the
Oh,
3rd
yeah.
British Division, not to be confused with the 9th Brigade in the 3rd Canadian Division.
Because I was
Which are,
looking
of
at 9th
course, in the
Canadian,
30th
and he just
Corps.
wrote, wait.
Well, I also appreciate that, but that
Yeah.
player didn't really have much
yeah,
choice.
that's pretty easy. You know,
Yeah.
if weight is not that hard. You know.
Mhm.
So, landmark occasion at 10:30, the troops from the beaches have made it to Saint Mère-Église. Yay!
They are going to be co-located here.
Yep. Then 12th Infantry Regiment. I want to link up with the 101st Commander if possible.
Okay. How would they approach this?
Wait, consolidate units still at the... Oh, never mind. I missed the still. Because if I take out still from this sentence, it's consolidate units at the beach in Saint Mère-Église. I was like, wait. You know, I was like, hold on. Wait a minute. What beach? But then I reread it and there was that key word missing that I didn't read the first time. Okay, all right. Whew. That's funny.
I suppose it wouldn't be the most insane order we've received.
Yeah, true. 2, 4, 5.
What's the most insane order you think so far?
I think the 101st Glider Unit, his troops asking to retreat, and then his commander saying, "Retreat approved. Continue advancing south." Is pretty insane. And then the battalion commander, he heard on the radio, "Retreat approved," and then mysteriously it stopped working.
Retreat approved. I continue advancing. That's perfect. That's incredible. That is truly a Kriegspiel moment. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh wow. That's funny.
And then, yeah, okay. Then 2 of these medium tanks, they would support that attack. And then 1 would be like on the hill providing supporting.
All right, Carter, what do you think these guys would do here? They haven't been given any orders.
Get the heck out of there, man. They've been
Back
listening
to
to
the Germans.
radio traffic. They know that there's nothing stopping the Allies from just cutting them off and surrounding them. They need to get somewhere safe.
All right.
All right.
So if they hear about the rest of that formation moving into the south of them, then they're gonna keep going.
Yeah, they're going towards Liesville. Although, would they go that way or would they go this way?
I think probably that way.
Which
They
way? The
probably go
left?
down to here, and then over.
Okay.
I think they would probably go a way.
Well, they're gonna run into Allied troops here.
Yeah, but that's not our problem. They don't know that.
But they don't know can't hurt them.
Well, actually,
I wonder what
they don't know really can hurt them.
I wonder what the Americans will think now that there's troops coming from here.
Oh no, there's another
there's
German
troops behind us!
concentrated
They're
there.
behind us. Oh my god! It's just I can imagine now. I'm
Just
seeing it
phantom
now.
divisions.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
All right, it's time to roll for Sam Miller.
Oh,
What's
boy.
the good roll for the radio? I'm gonna just roll my IRL dice.
You're gonna roll your IRL dice. Preserve safety.
Sam, yeah.
Um,
He's requesting a radio.
From the nearby unit.
Yep.
Um,
From one of these companies.
But
I'd say
what does
on
it
a
have to do with
one
the
he
company
gets
radio?
on a one he gets the company radio from one of the artillery batteries, or from the artillery battalion commander. And then that's a decent enough radio that he can keep on all of the same nets. Or that. On a one, he gets like an equivalent radio to what he had.
Okay.
On a 2 or a 3, he gets a radio where he can communicate with one division at a time.
Okay.
And then anything else, he doesn't get any radio at all.
All right. Let's
Commanders
see.
are like, it's not our fault.
13.
You're a moron.
All right, he's got nothing.
In the report that you guys gave him, you said that it was just the batteries
Yeah,
that needed
it was
to be
the
replaced.
battery.
I mean, surely
Surely the whole
Maybe-
freaking thing is like.
Well, that's what his signal officer tells him.
Well, I was going to say that surely, maybe not at the company or battalion level, but at the regiment, there's probably some replacement radio parts.
Yeah, probably like a headquarters or.
They direct him to Etienneville, where there's a regimental HQ.
Yeah.
He might be able to find parts.
But I mean, the way I was imagining it, it was just him in a car with a signal officer, going down the road.
Right.
Uh,
And now he's swam across the river, and he can't.
And they
carry
don't
a
have
radio
a
with him.
lot of
Dear
stuff with him.
Lord.
no, he's without a car.
These British artillery. 4-3-3.
Okay, and then 22nd Infantry Regiment, 1st and 2nd Cannon and Tank HQ. Continue previous orders, but new target Carentan, drive aggressively. Okay.
Okay, and then you know what? We're gonna also roll a 1 in 4 that the British kind of screw themselves here. Actually, you know what? Let's
Gonna
have
call
it
that one?
be. Let's have it be a 1 in 6.
8. Oh, sorry. No, they're going to go at 6. Patrol. Well, actually, drive aggressively.
Since their artillery fire was really accurate. Oh no!
Oh, no, what?
The artillery fire. The bridge was rigged to explode. The artillery fire set it off.
Why wouldn't it have done that? Nothing
Well-
can go right for the Allies. Come on, we know this.
I
Just
was
superior
gonna say,
German will, right?
I was gonna say, well, the British rolled exceptionally well on their artillery, so I was like, well, I don't think I'll roll a d4 for this. I'll roll a d6. It'll be a 1 in 6. They still hit it, so.
There's an SSB troop here that is a different color than all the rest of them.
It's French.
Oh,
They're
Okay.
frogs.
They're the
Do
only
they-
French people on the board. They're the only French people in the game, actually. Other than the civilians, which we aren't putting blocks down for. We're in France.
they
after
just
all.
they just routed. Not good. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, they routed.
No. They're with quite a large group of Allied soldiers. Sure, they're good.
They ran away. What the heck? That's the thing is everybody makes fun of France at the beginning of the war, but like the Free French Commando, badass, man.
I've never followed that. It's like France did a lot of good stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of not so great stuff.
Who wouldn't surrender at that point?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and before World War II, they were kind of known as the military powers of Europe,
Right.
with like Napoleon and everything. It was just, they're incompetent army. And a lot of people, I'm sure you all know, the Maginot Line wasn't like designed to hold the Germans or whatever. They knew the Germans would go through Belgium. It was just designed to not spend as much manpower on that area and put
Yeah.
all their elite forces near Belgium.
yeah, the whole point was to make the Germans go through Belgium.
Yep. And they're like, oh, we'll meet them there, But then the Germans go through the Ardennes and
Mhm.
cut them off. Not a whole lot you can do.
There's an awesome book called Case
other
Red.
than-
That
Well, I mean, other than listen to your reconnaissance reports and believe your pilots when they say they see tanks. But
well, who does that?
Clearly not the players here. That's all I'm saying.
But this book compares a lot of factors like how much the Germans spent on defenses before World War II compared to how much the French spent. And I guess there's a lot of myths that the reason the French didn't do so well is because they spent too much on defenses. But as it turns out, the Germans spent more.
Yeah, I believe that.
because they were building because the Germans couldn't be seen to have these smaller defensive wall on the border with the French, so they were building their own.
So they were rapidly building their army. And I guess they thought that if France attacked before they had that army ready, it wouldn't be good.
Yes, and also I think there's a part of it that the French have a big fuck off wall and fortifications.
Mhm.
So we also need to have a big fuck off wall because we can't let the French be better at us than anything. Then they wouldn't be good Germans. So
That's
letting
right.
the French do something, engineer something better than the Germans.
The French.
Yeah.
You just the French. Oh, it makes me gag. Can't even stand the thought.
Where did Sam Miller start in this game? Where is his HQ?
Cherbourg?
Cherbourg. Okay.
Yeah, and then he got woken up, and then he immediately decided to
Drive to Carentan. Like, freaking put
yes
your
to
HQ there,
direct
man.
the
Jeez.
defense in person.
Yeah.
Did he, at some point in a previous game, run over his own soldiers with a tank?
Yep, I remember that. That was funny.
Wow.
It wasn't even his old soldiers. It was like his teammates' soldiers.
Well, yeah.
And there was a traffic jam, and he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna run him over. Gotta get out of here. Gotta go attack."
Which game was that?
It was the push to this. No, it wasn't. It was one of Spy Pigeon's games.
Oh my gosh.
How fast were these tanks going that the troops couldn't just get out of the way? Did he run through a hospital?
Well, I think the issue is that it was a supply train, so he like ran over logistics trucks.
Oh.
Yeah, can't
Like,
So
have
they were
that.
like
Episode of
pissed. He
Mythbusters
didn't
or
kill
something.
anyone, but they were pissed.
Dude, that's a great idea. Just drive over that ammo with your tank.
Oh,
I'm
man.
sure that'll go well for you. Hope there weren't any trucks carrying artillery shells in there.
I've moved all of the 4th, 1st, and Rangers.
Okay.
So that's where. So when you do the 101st guys, that's where all of my guys
Sure.
are supposed to be.
I've done everything besides. I've done everything except Carentan and east of Carentan.
Okay, alrighty. So this is where these guys are supposed to be ending up?
Is that the 502nd? Yeah.
I am
Interesting.
done.
Alright.
I think so. Let me double check. But I'm
Oh
pretty
my
sure.
gosh, this poor player can't catch a break.
I'm going to start sending reports then.
The two places
Yeah,
he's
hold.
trying to cross are blown.
Alright, I am heading to Carentan.
Shit. I accidentally posted the guy's own screenshot. Oops.
At least you didn't post your server in announcements,
That's right. You
which
did do that.
definitely did happen.
You did do that.
No, I
do
did,
remember.
Carter.
I remember.
You're
now.
inventing fake news.
I love inventing facts.
They're slanderous lies.
I'm not so sure about that, actually. I love how... So... Wait, guys, I want you to talk for a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, never mind. For a second, I had a heart attack thinking that the stream couldn't hear your audio, so I was just like talking to phantoms. But that would have been a weird stream.
Well, what would your streams be without all my great jokes? So.
Yeah, just be every few seconds like a giggling or a breath, and then, you know. So, but yeah, I just like the reason I was a little late tonight is because I was setting up my Go XLR because I had like done some preliminary setup just to get it to like record my microphone, but now I wanted to like do some of the finer features of it, and so now I can listen to Spotify, and the stream can't hear it. And so, you know, they can't get copyright stricken, right? And it's pretty cool. So, like, you know, you guys start talking about some crap that I don't like hearing, and I just turn that dial up. You know, the music just gets louder and louder. You know, Sergey starts adding me in Discord, turn the music up. You know, like, so...
We test that? Should we talk about something not good?
You can't run the entire Civil War in Kriegspiel.
No, now the music's turning up. What's that? I can't hear you. I legitimately can't
What are
hear
you going to do next, Carter? Are you going to run both Guam and the Marianas?
Isn't it September? I can't hear anything you're saying.
That would actually be a really fun game, like a Marianas campaign.
That's what Carter said his next project is. So,
an operational game,
like a bunch of amphibious assaults happening at the same time.
That's right.
Well, that would kind of suck to umpire, though.
The entire Civil War? Are you kidding me? It'll be fun.
Are you actually doing that?
Yeah. That's just insane.
I'm in for umpiring that. Absolutely.
Is
it operational?
Like
it's operational.
Then when
big battles happen, then we put an open Saturday in for that.
Yo, I'm really excited for the role play in that. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah,
I have a large stitched together map of the entire U.S.
Oh.
Yeah, from that Civil War Atlas.
Yeah.
It's huge. I mean, it like burns a hole through your floor. It's so big.
If we could, you'll have to show me like some pictures of that, because if we can scan it in enough detail, that might be perfect to use as the campaign map.
Oh, no, it's a digital. I digitally created this. Yeah, I'll post it later on.
Okay.
Just to start, the 506 Airborne is giving me a headache with his orders, so I don't know if someone else wants to do them or how we want to split up down here.
You want me to do that? Oh,
I can't. It gives me a headache just reading it.
What is he even ordering? Let's see. So because I'm listening to music now, I want the AT guns formed up in a hook shaped on the formation east to south of Carentan, represented by the yellow line.
See, but I don't know which AT he has assigned to him. And like clue because they're all brigade or divisional.
Well, then if they're with him, they're assigned to him.
Okay, but he's got one.
All right.
That makes it sound like he has like a ton.
His division only has 2 AT batteries.
Yeah, the entire division.
Why is he forming a hook with it? Like,
well, look, you put one AT gun at each road. You know?
That's a line, though. Just a straight line.
Just tell him that just do the best you can, and tell him that his people did the best they can. And if it isn't to his liking, then it sucks for you, bro. I don't know. Like,
then his gun captain looks at him, calls him insane, and then walks off and does what he was going to do anyways.
Yeah, Sean, you've been like unapologetic about just like flipping the bird to players who give you orders you can't understand.
Yes.
And I respect that, you know. I'm a little bit too much of a pushover. You know, I'll try and like I'll like go back through their dispatches, through their radios to try and make sense of it. You just go F you, I'll do what I want to do. And like that's totally realistic, I think, you know, because the battalion commander's like, bro, this guy's a freaking idiot. I'm gonna just
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this.
Particularly, like I like to try to keep track in my head of where the battalion commanders are at, like in their frustration level. Like,
You got like a little spreadsheet, just like level 10 frustration will not respond to orders. Just like
not quite that far, but there's certainly been some battalion commanders who have got like one basically just surrendered out of spite. he
like
broke
German
out.
battalion commanders.
Yes,
Okay.
he broke out of an encirclement, and then got re-encircled.
Oh my
and
gosh.
his commander was, micromanaging him the whole way, and so basically he just threw his hands up and is like, I give up,
Kill me now, please. It's just
Okay, why are we having? Okay, these are the assault in the assault engineer, in the assault regiment, Royal Engineers, does mean assault. They're literally medium tanks. Why are you using them to clear the beach?
of mines. They're freaking flail Germans.
Yes, but why are you using the tanks to do that? They could be off doing tank things.
Yo,
They're tanks
Hannibal,
designed to clear
you
mines.
to do
Yeah, the
these
tanks have
German-
these things on the front.
Yeah, no, I
They're Hobart's
understand
funnies.
that.
Hannibal.
Yeah, I've seen them, but I don't understand why they're doing that on the secure beach rather than somewhere, closer to the front.
Because the beach is not under fire by Germans, but is littered with obstacles and mines.
But it's a tank for a reason.
The American engineers just spent an hour clearing out the beaches to allow the LSTs to land.
Portal, are you trying to talk to me?
Yeah, can you do the area east of this river?
What?
No.
Oh, yes, I can do that.
Great.
So also,
still
I'm
working on
Bismarck
Karen.
now. I'm
Bismarck.
Bismarck. Hannibal said yesterday.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. I have
Wait,
not
did you
started writing
guys-
reports. That's pretty bad. Taking a long ass time.
Last time when we were umpiring, I was looking at everyone's names, and I was like, I recognize all these great strategists from history, except to this one.
Did you
And
Google him?
I'm ashamed to say it took me way too long to throw in the towel.
Wait, you don't know who he is?
Well, now I've
Now,
seen,
yeah.
I've seen the pictures, but I've never watched Ancient Aliens.
It's a great show.
What if the Nazis were communicating with aliens?
What if the Nazis were communicating? Just imagine.
I can imagine the aliens are like talking to each other, like, I totally talked this guy into screwing with a whole bunch of his people. Ha 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 ha.
What if like Ancient Aliens is like the aliens' way of just like reality television? Where it's,
Yeah.
Like that reminds me of the joke from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where where rats were actually the most intelligent species on Earth, and they were just doing different things in behavioral science tests because it would be funny to see what the humans made of it.
As science fiction likes to claim that every other species on the planet is smarter than humanity. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy had dolphins. Octopuses are sometimes lumped in there.
Okay, well, this is okay. Well, okay, he is lucky that they're down to a D10. Otherwise, this would end very badly for him. But it's gonna go not great, regardless.
Okay.
Anyone know where? Oh, never mind. Found him. Good.
Lead is sight.
I don't know why 22nd Armored Brigade. He set a pace last turn of 15 miles an hour. Now he's decided to go at full speed. So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. At least he specifically did call out to put the tanks at the front of his column. So, if you're gonna do that, you would want to do that. Okay.
I can't find for the life of me the 2nd Brigade 507.
Is it an American unit?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to look for?
507 2nd Brigade.
2nd Battalion, you mean?
2nd Battalion.
325th.
There's 3rd Battalion.
508. So they're gonna
Second
be
battalion, right here.
Right there. I see him. Good. Thank you. He's good.
Have you taken care of Cherbourg and stuff?
I did 752, but I haven't done the 2 guys in Cherbourg.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna say that they take.
If you want to take care of them, that would be great.
3 damage.
I was gonna resolve down here. Portland's
Okay.
gonna do east of this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Those
I mean,
guys-
That's the more impressing or important stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I still haven't written any reports. I'm doing actions.
Yeah, I'm finishing up reports on the Americans in my area, and I'll do the guys in Cherbourg next, I think.
Gotcha.
Because I don't think there's anything going on with them.
You can do the Cherbourg orders. It's literally just no news to report.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you get to do con after this.
Oh.
Which is even more exciting.
Right. It's
Carter's favorite sector.
so exciting. It would be my favorite sector if they had landed there. Because with all of the flipping bunkers on the beaches, it would have been a slaughter. It would have been a bloodbath. It would have been devastating.
There was a firefight.
It would have been so
I think-
epic. It would have been
I think
Omaha
you
Beach,
really just
but
want to
not.
put things in the dead pile, Carter.
I mean, look, the dead pile on this map is quite thorough, but it's
So now the
almost all
Valhalla
German
pile.
units. Well, no, there's the dead pile and then there's the Valhalla pile. Okay, there's two different things. Not everybody who dies goes to Valhalla.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Wait a minute, I just included a screenshot with a purple line through it. That's not good form. That's not good form. That's not professional.
With a purple. Oh,
Um,
I included one with literally the edge of the map.
yeah, well, that's because they're next
You
to the edge.
stare into oblivion.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I
Okay.
think I'm just about done with movement. I'll start sending reports.
What happens if a routed unit is attacked?
They
Probably it
will-
surrenders.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And actually, that makes sense because it's stuck against a river.
Okay. Well, you weren't kidding about these Allied players ignoring that there are German panzers. So The 7th Armored has continued to run off. They have not modified their orders at all. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's all of
The-
4th ID done then.
The lead elements of 7th Armored are now closer to the 21st Panzer than they are to friendly units.
That's perfect. Perfect, I say.
Yes, and it's not the entire 20. It's not the entire 7th Armored. It's just the 131st Brigade. It's just
I need to go take a look at that once I'm done here. Oh my gosh, I want to, because one of my real life friends is the 22nd Armored Brigade commander in the 7th Armored.
Yeah, he's the guy who ordered his column to speed up for no apparent reason.
Probably to catch up to 131st.
Well, they ran straight headfirst into a German paratrooper unit blocking a bridge, so that one didn't exactly go well for them.
Ah.
He did put the medium tanks in front, so that, saved some people's lives, but he also lost quite a few tanks.
Yikes.
Oh my goodness, an American unit goes to the dead pile.
Oh my god.
Nice.
That makes
No.
American unit number 3. And so far, they're only paratroopers.
Yeah, the defensive. I think pronounce this Isinya.
Isini?
Yeah, not going well.
Isigny.
Isigny. Isigny.
It's pronounced in Tennessee, that's for sure.
Just like Cairo, Illinois, or New Madrid, Missouri.
Is that really how they say it?
Yeah.
Cairo?
Yes,
Cairo.
yes it is.
Here's one that will cause you guys to commit seppuku. There is a town in Georgia just south of me. I live in Chattanooga. And there's a town in Georgia. It's spelled like the Marquis de Lafayette.
Right.
Yeah,
Is it Lafayette? Is it Lafayette?
It's fucking Lafayette.
Yeah!
Oh!
I'm in Lafayette County, Mississippi right now.
Yeah. I hate mispronouncing things, but I will not call that Lafayette.
You'll call it Lafayette, and then everyone will look at you weird. And
I just won't
like,
talk to people from there. It's just it's how I handle that.
Oh, where are you from? Lafayette. Oh.
We call it laugh at it.
That's perfect. That is so perfect. Oh my gosh.
Would companies that just routed about half an hour ago, if they're still under artillery fire, would they keep running to get away from that bombardment area?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Unless they were trying to regroup at a bunker or something.
For whatever reason, I get the feeling that some of these town names are just like paper towns, but I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Could it be
Like a
the
village.
houses that are put on the map?
Well, I think that they're like real houses, but like some of these just like Vidicosville. I don't know if anybody's watching from there. Let me know. I don't think you're a real. You know, it's like Wyoming.
It's like Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um. Okay. All right. Now I just need to send updates to the guys in 752 in Cherbourg.
Hey.
Oh. 752 already got a report.
Yeah, it's 729, and then the core
Got
or
it.
the division commander.
Yep. All right.
Oh.
And the division commander sensibly went back to his HQ.
hmm
The same cannot be said for the corps commander.
When I was playing the 739, and I get a report from him saying, "I have encountered troops at blah blah blah," I'm like, "Hell yeah! He's brought this great big force with him, and we're about to sandwich these British paratroopers." And then I umpire last week, and I realized no, it was just him,
No.
just the division commander in his car.
Yep. Just him.
That's one of the things that I think has been extremely highlighted to me in this game. You can never communicate enough.
Yeah. The paratroopers, like the 101st and the 82nd, have been doing a really good job of giving situation reports, not only to the division commander, but to each other. And so they're operating very effectively as, you know, cohesive units, right? They're supporting each other, they're doing everything. But some of these other divisions, German or Allied, some of their comms are just, oh my god, you know, like,
I think a lot of it.
crickets.
No one ever said this to me, but I think with the Germans there was a fear of like, what if our radios were being listened to?
True.
And it's like, sure, but that didn't really happen in real time.
Right. And yeah, so
And Ultra has enough stuff to worry about. They're not just banging out some report like some random regiment commander is saying this.
yeah, the only reports that they'd actually be wanting to decode would be like long form messages from Rommel, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of the level that they're working at. Or maybe division commanders, but they're not going to be able to have them ready today. They're going to have them maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, June 6th, June 7th or 8th, you know.
Yeah, and I guess part of that is why Hack is giving the orders to 21st Panzer Division in person.
Right. Yeah, that might be part of it, yeah.
Which I think the division's probably going to sit here for one whole turn. They just arrived in St. Louis. All of the commanders are there. Rommel is literally he's just on the other side of the river. So
All right. So now that I'm actually done umpiring my bits, if anyone in the chat has questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
by the way, it's sent those up to the server if you want to come over.
I would, but then I'd also simultaneously
yeah.
screw over portals.
Yeah, I'd be hella mad.
Yeah, I don't want to
That
get on
would be
portals bad
funny.
side. I don't want to get on his bad side, you know.
Yep.
Getting on my bad side, that's okay. That's really no big deal.
I can't wait till like troops from the British First Corps start arriving on the Cherbourg map. It was a pretty epic moment when
That
30
will
troops.
happen next turn.
Yeah, I'm looking at 4th SSB. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, tank riding is going to increase the pace of your column because you don't have enough tanks for your column to ride. So I don't.
I must
even know
write
why
your
you-
orders, sire. Pretty funny.
What?
I almost wrote instead of your orders, sir, your orders, sire.
If it was like one of the higher commanders for the British who like had a lordship or whatever, like some title, that would have been perfect. I gotta say, the umpire to player ratio in this Civil War operational game is actually going to be pretty good.
Who else is doing it?
Myself, Tack, Damon's kind of like involved in the planning. Alex is involved in the planning. And I got 2 other folks who are Civil War buffs who are on the team as well. I'm not sure how active they're going to be, but yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that campaign. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
I think it will be too. It really. We'll see in the first few weeks whether the battles end up mostly being fought live or mostly being a die roll. Either way, it's going to be fun. We're going to try to get 1 report out per week, which would mean that in 1 year of real life, we would get through 2 years of the war.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Be like a War in the Pacific, play-by-post game. I mean,
So, wait, Sean, you're allied, right? You're Union, I guess I should say, not allied.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the Navy commander.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's right. I'm so excited to be out in Missouri. I think that'll be so fun. I get to.
Who are you, Van Dorn?
No, well, we all had to make custom characters.
Okay.
So I guess I'm LARPing as my ancestor who's in
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Civil
the
War.
point is, right, that, like, people, if they were allowed to pick, like, a historical person, they'd all pick Grant, Sherman, Meade, whoever else, because they're the famous people from history. But all of those people were unknown quantities at the beginning of the war. So I wanted these characters to be unknown quantities at the beginning of the war. And so...
Really, Carter, you don't think somebody would choose to be Pope?
If
Do we have a McClellan?
if Pope would have been out in Missouri, not or well, he would have been in Illinois probably, right? Because he was going down the Mississippi. But Pope was pretty good until he wasn't. Island number 10. That's Pope.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a pretty solid performance. Not gonna lie.
it also seems a little bit inevitable
What do you mean?
that position was going to fall.
Not necessarily. I mean, it took some creativity to dislodge it.
Had to
But that was
create
also-
a whole arm of the Mississippi.
Yeah, you had to dig a whole freaking canal. I saw it. I've been to Island. Well, I haven't been to Island number 10. It's a private property now, but.
Also doesn't really exist in the same form that it's...
You're right. It's no longer an
Yeah.
island. It's just the end of that peninsula. Yeah. But I've been to New Madrid and all that, and.
I
Yeah.
refuse to accept it being pronounced like that. It's just.
I'm one of those
sinfully
guys that,
wrong.
like, I'm all about the original pronunciation, right? But if that's how everybody there pronounces it, then it's New Madrid, right? There's New Madrid,
No,
and then
it's
there's
not.
Madrid, Spain, right? They're 2 different
it's not.
places.
No.
It's
Just. It's
there's
just
New
wrong.
Orleans, and then there's Orléans, in France, right?
And then there's Nolans, if you've had a few.
Nolans.
Nolans, yeah. Yep.
Don't they say Norlands? There?
New Orleans, yeah.
Norlands.
New Orleans, yeah. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of different ways.
I think that's actually probably the coolest city in America, I'll say.
Not literally though. It's one of the hottest.
Oh yeah, but
To wet your balls off 10 minutes.
like culturally, it's the most unique.
Yeah, there are New York.
Yeah,
I think
New
that
York sucks.
with New Orleans, it's like a bunch of different cultures mixing together.
Yeah.
Whereas with New York, it's like the cultural epicenter for like American culture, I guess, you know. Like it just, you know, but it's only one culture as opposed to like 5 or 6. It's not the melting pot that New Orleans is. Yeah, New Orleans
Did
is
the
a fun
82nd Airborne Divisional Commander.
Yeah, I did him. Or wait, no, I did this guy.
Yeah.
I didn't
That
do.
is 82nd Airborne Divisional
Yeah,
Commander.
I did him.
Did he cease attack on him or cease fire with his artillery?
He didn't mention anything.
He's out of ammo.
Okay.
He blew his last bit of ammo last turn.
Okay, good.
Did we tell him that, or should I write that in the report?
Did he order
didn't
all
mention
the
anything about
batteries to fire
artillery.
last turn?
Some
He
were already out of ammo last turn,
Right.
so there were only a few.
Yeah, so he's all out of ammo now. You can mention that, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect timing as well, so the Germans are no longer going to be under artillery fire. Now, at this point, though, he can probably call in naval fires. That's definitely in range. So let him know about that. But at this point,
Yeah,
his organic artillery is out of ammo.
We'll say Isigny is currently under a smoke screen, so they will be a little. They won't be able to correct fire, but.
Oh, you want
good.
some effects for that?
Oh yeah. Well, there we go.
Wait, hold on. What button did I...
Wait.
That was not... Okay, I don't know why it just did that. I would... Wish I knew.
So, what's the situation here? Are we nearly ready to move to Cannes, or?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm just about to move to St. Mariglis, but I haven't done any of the reports in that area.
I definitely have a little bit more.
I'm just finishing up Carentan now.
Alrighty. I guess I'll just continue listening to the talking heads.
Now, where? Who is Wilhelm Faley?
That, I think, is the 6th Fallschirmjäger commander, who is no longer with us.
It's 91st.
Oh. It was the 91st commander. Come on, Portals, you freaking idiot.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
By the way, did you guys see the screenshot of the set piece that's happening?
Oh, let me check that out. I might put it on. I might be able to put it on for the stream because I have nothing
set
else
piece?
better to do. Set
A
piece
set
battle.
piece. Yeah.
Where?
Oh my god! They're going in
Yeah.
assault columns. What the heck?
In this game?
No. Like against this town, they're going in assault columns.
That's not. They're not actually attacking like that. That's that was a product of basically the commander of
Germans
the.
just opened fire with artillery. Oh, whoa!
Oh yeah, they are
On those
one of the railway guns.
on those freaking columns.
On the woods, which is where I said you see large forces massing in the woods because they're in woods.
Oh, so they're getting shelled now by the railway guns.
Yes. But the British have turned their entire divisional
let me put this
artillery
up, yeah.
park to support this assault.
Oh my god! All right, so let me show the stream this because this is like I'm talking about this, but like you can't see it. So let me Add a new source. Media source. Image.
So what happened here is that the 3rd Battalion commander, who is the one from the 69th Division, who's the one who's attacking, who's making the main attack at Hennenville. He saw the German positions because basically he got up in those trees, and he took one look at it and he said, yeah, I'm not insane. I'm not going to attack without artillery support. And then he didn't get artillery support for like an hour. And so gradually just different battalions were ordered to attack Hayenville.
Okay.
And
So now
basically
the
they're all
stream can
just
see it.
and basically they would reach and they would be like, why are we stopped? And then the 3rd Battalion commander would be like, here, let me take you forward and show you what I'm seeing. And then, these commanders, because they're not insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is our first, like, well, not our first, but that's like a serious battle going on.
Yes.
Yeah, the British are that British attack is going to be bottled up until they get flanked on either side by 3rd and the 51st or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see how the British
know.
break that defensive line.
I mean, it kind of really depends, because they're detailing a ton of fires, like literally all of the divisional guns.
True.
And then they're also attacking along the flanking front at the smaller crossings.
Right.
Speaking of which, let's see. I just noticed there's another ford that the Germans aren't able to defend. Should roll a dice to see if the commander notices that. Nope. At least not this turn.
Wow. Huh.
But yeah, I mean, this is like a proper like set piece planned attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you've got like tanks up in the hills providing supporting fire and stuff.
Very interesting. I'm going to switch the stream back now to my table, but very cool. Very interesting.
It's so weird there wasn't any combat this turn near St. Mariglees. It's been kind of a quiet last hour.
Yeah, because it hasn't been quiet since like 0100.
No.
It's finally decided to calm down.
Because both of the sides killed each other to death.
That's how people die usually. They are killed. Yes.
Yes. I mean, like, I know I say it in kind of a glib way, but like they really did like batter themselves to death. But both sides in that town.
Yeah, the 101st ain't got much left in it, and the 352nd ain't got much either. But my God, did they put up one hell of a fight. Like, I thought that the Germans were not going to be able to retake St. Mariglees. I thought that was the end of it. Okay, looks like the paratroopers got it. Very nice. And then this swirling, bubbling, boiling cauldron of death develops, and that was crazy, bro. And then frickin' 1057 on the other side of the Murderette, like, just hearing all of these explosions and is going,
What?
huh, I wonder what's going on over there. Not even helping.
I mean, that would be disobeying orders.
Right.
You can't do that.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that 352nd didn't ask for help from the 91st earlier. You know, like... Yeah.
Okay. Now on to
surprised
St.
that-
Marigly's reports.
I'm surprised that 711th Infantry Division isn't trying to, like, go around, you know, like this. Like, I'm surprised that they're not trying that. You know?
Yeah, they were just under bombardment last turn, so I mean, there might be a fear of. I haven't read anything, but maybe they fear that there's, they want to stay together. There's paratroopers on the other side. I don't know.
Like, they're just going to shove their heads through Isigny, you know? It's like... And I guess it's going to work, but it's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
Carter, did you already do the co-location for 12th IR, 8th IR, and 502nd?
I did not. You want me to do that?
Sure. I'll write the 502nd report.
So 501st and 502nd are no longer co-located. So I will cannibalize that channel. So this is 12th, 8th, 12th...
12th, 8th, 502nd.
8th, 502nd, yep, okay.
What happened to that German assault that was going towards the beaches?
They ordered.
It fell back. It's these guys. They were they saw that the enemy was much greater in numbers than they were, but that they were off guard, and so they used that opportunity that they had created to fall back. All right. I gotta find a nice picture of St. Marigly's to show them.
What do you think? How do you think I should resolve that railway gun firing on those on that concentration? Because like they were even more concentrated before.
Where are you, 7-Eleven? There you go.
What's the caliber of the railway gun?
Yeah, so those railroad guns are like 8 or 10-inch guns. They're like super heavy artillery. They're like battleship guns. Yeah. So those things are at least rolling D6s. That's what I'm going to say. He's got 2 of them.
I don't think a
Yeah, I've seen one of those German railway guns in person. I was down at Fort Lee, though I couldn't get in the building. They had a big window that I could see through to see it, and they had one of the original German railway guns down there in Fort Lee, and that was pretty cool. That was one of the ones that shelled the troops at Anzio.
Okay. Now it is time to get all of the dice, because we are going to need them.
Get all of the dice. Jeez.
I mean, you can see how many blocks there are.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
This could have been a lot less bloody than it was, but the 321st Brigade just really needed to get to Margany. They just really needed to do that. Let's see. Okay, so there are 9 British batteries. So that's 94s. And see.
Yeah, just 322nd. Almost done. Almost done.
And I think they would apportion their fires something like that.
We don't have much more than this, do we?
Just con after this.
That's all the report is. No changes, right? For
Pretty
all them.
much, yeah. We might have to move a few units around, but not many. No combat.
Carter, if you have a second, could you set up a co-location?
For sure. Who's co-located?
744 Regiment and 711 Infantry Division.
Got it.
That's Reichardt and Meyer.
I can't believe there's a 711 brigade. That's pretty funny.
Okay, so
They're giving out free
711
footlongs.
and 744.
Yes.
Got it. Setting it up right now.
Although I should ask, they didn't request it. They're just in the same location.
Yeah, so they get it.
Okay.
That's just how it works.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just realized how badly this could go for the
43rd.
British, because
I
course
almost
these are-
typed "you are umpired" instead of "you are co-located."
You have been umpired.
You've been promoted to umpire. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay, and that okay. Let's see. What is the range? Because okay, less than 1 click. So I would say that the AT gun works at full effectiveness.
I think there's gonna be a big showdown at Liesville. Here.
Where at?
Here.
Oh, as the Germans try to get across in the.
Yeah, and as the Allies try to cut them off once they
Yeah.
realize what's happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. If the 506 that started moving north instead of just staying there, this would have been the Germans would have had no chance. But that one frickin' company
Bunch of heroes.
made an entire regiment turn around. When they die, because they're about to, they're on 9 damage, they're a D10. When they die, they go in the Valhalla pile as well. So far, only troops from the 6th Fallschirmjäger, from the 6th Fallschirmjäger Regiment have gone in the Valhalla pile. They deserve it though, you know.
Of course, they're a bunch of cowards. So.
Yeah, Sam calls them a bunch of freaking cowards. Oh my god.
Well, I guess he
Bro.
only
Fighting Germans.
insinuated
Made
that
me
the division
angry.
commander was a coward. But I'd imagine that the troops are rather sensitive, having the actual version of events.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That made my heart start beating faster for a second when he said that. I was like, you bastard. You don't even know.
Yeah. I messaged the player and he's like don't take what Sam says personally. He just kind of gets pissy when he can't attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that player's great. I really like that player. Evergreen. He's a great player.
Yeah, and
He's really funny.
He said he said he wasn't. He just found it more funny than anything.
Uh-huh.
That player is awesome. He's so
and now
funny.
he's like 744 or something like that. We got him to switch over. Or no, he's your old command, Bismarck.
Oh yeah.
He was in the American Revolution game, right, Carter? I'm sure you remember.
He was one of the Hessians, right?
Yeah, he was the guy who surrendered.
Yeah.
Ooh, how far do tanks move? Heavy tanks.
So 10 kilometers per turn. So that would be 30 KS grids.
Oh shit.
I would say that they would be able to do that overland in like trucks.
Yeah, it'd be like half that overland, but
They're gonna have to Sam Miller a bunch of infantry to get there. They'll deal with that.
Okay. Okay, and then okay, and basically,
Oh wow. They're gonna have heavy tanks spearheading the attack into Isigny.
where did the Germans get heavy tanks?
Is that not what? Oh, a heavy battalion. Is that? Has a armor logo.
With an H in the center?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are heavy tanks.
Just to be clear, we're talking like Tigers.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's... Oh, wait, shit. I gotta do artillery. Almost done.
Almost done.
But do they even fire these batteries? They don't even know they're there.
I have dibs on this sector every time we umpire.
You what?
I said I have dibs on this area every time we umpire.
All right. You don't have to tell me twice.
Make
me do less work
off
Let's
Carter's
go.
hands.
Let's go. Let's freaking go. Yeah, baby. We need more umpires like you.
I think everyone should have been covered.
Just like, I'm here lead umpiring 3 sectors, and then you just come in, you're like, don't worry, King, I got you. I'll take freaking West Cotentin. And I'm like, yes!
Hey, eventually, I'm going for that master umpire credit.
He's got the Photoshop skills for it, so...
Yeah.
Carter kind of tricked me into taking the second largest sector in the game.
We do a little trolling. We do a little trolling. Yeah.
I wish, umpiring, I don't know, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
And it's how much do you send versus how much you not send, and it's tough, at least when I'm by myself, to commit a good 3-hour, 4-hour block of time to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know, I think it's fun. I think it's, as a regiment commander, I was really only engaged enough time to post my orders, but now I get to absorb a lot more stuff.
Yeah. What I think is going to be really unique, though, right, is that, we're going to have 94 people at the end of this with 94 completely different experiences of this battle. And probably no more than 3 or 4 of them will have encountered or talked with more than, say, 10 or 20 players in the entirety of the battle,
Oh, if that even, yeah.
If that, like, maybe your army commanders or something, right? Or just like, or if you're Sam, but but like most of these guys
Because
will
you can't
probably
stay
encounter
still.
like 10 other different commands in the course of the entire battle. So that means it's just like, it's going to be crazy. I really, like, before I do a official debrief, I'm going to give everyone a week to write an AAR. I want everyone to write an after action report. I think that would just be so
Gonna get
cool.
some homework.
Us included.
I actually created a Google Doc for us to write an Empire after action report, but it'd be hundreds of pages long. It already is like 30 by just copying and pasting the Allied plans and German deployments.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I don't want to.
I mean,
Yeah,
A few
and
hundred pages.
you'd have to get like, I mean, you'd also get like not only just the orders that the players give and the reports, you'd also have the commentary. It would be
Right.
like a whole novel.
Yeah, it would. I'd rather just write a freaking book on something else, instead of write a book on this.
Yeah,
What we'll do is we'll
unfortunately,
probably get all the umpires together and do a stream or something like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the monetization potential for this is rather poor.
Yeah, I don't.
oh
think,
yeah.
I don't think.
I
we're
mean,
gonna make a
people
penny.
who aren't playing, I doubt, are gonna sit through like 50 hours of streams. More than 50 hours, probably.
Yeah,
Like
I was actually
70
looking
hours.
I was looking at the view counts the other day and was like, man, we're not getting a lot of viewers. And then I was talking to Tak about that, who's the German commander, and he said, well, actually, that's probably a good thing because that means that that not all of the players are watching the stream. And I was like, oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's better than running a constant 94
Yeah.
concurrent viewers. I wonder who those people could be.
Though the first video in the series has like a couple hundred views, so I'm convinced that some people decided, you know what, screw it. It's from hours and hours ago. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think one player did hear me griping about how he gave his orders. So,
Yeah.
because he totally changed how he wrote them.
Oh, Bismarck, you said you listened to me complain about you, saying like some small ass town in some place I didn't know.
It was after I joined the Empire team.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna feel like a big idiot when people listen.
Oh,
back
yeah.
and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
why
they're
can't
going
the
to be like,
dumbass just read my orders?
man, Carter's running a freaking 94 player game and doing none of the work. That's freaking crazy, bro. Just like,
But I'll also say there were a couple times that I caught a few of you guys like looking at my orders and being like, oh, this guy has a good idea, or this is the now. So that I'm sure as many times as
yeah,
you
as
guys
many
talk shit about the
times-
players, you also for as many portals, there's at least 3 good umpires. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. I would say even 4.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh boy.
Umpires that don't abandon their Vietnam games after getting the players super invested.
Well, give me a break. It's hard. Umpire is hard.
Does that happen a lot in the IKS? I've had
It depends.
probably
It
3
happens
games
sometimes.
now evaporate.
Yeah, I mean, so
Dominic, I'm
it's-
sure you're
it's a
aware of
lot
one of them.
It's a lot of new umpires seeing games like this and thinking, I want to do that. And
Oh,
then,
a 25-person player game? Oh, I can do that easy.
Right, and
No
then
problem. I mean, technically 16, but
right,
Oh no.
and then they get themselves into something that they don't actually have the time for or want to commit the time to, right? Because umpiring takes a surprisingly long amount of time.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not suggesting otherwise.
Yeah, so it's, and I don't blame them, right? I joined a bunch of games, and some of them have evaporated. There's a few umpires who, whenever they host a game, I'm like, I'm in, Basically, at a certain point, I'll join a few games with new umpires just to experiment, see what they do. But then, I've got a few umpires who I'm just kind of a regular for, And they're the ones who usually are pretty consistent with finishing their games.
Well, and speaking of someone with a somewhat abandoned game, it's hard. You know, like even being an assistant umpire, like putting everything together is fine once it's put together, but you know, having like 17 players and it being like, okay, I got to find a dedicated 3-4 hour block of time once every 3 days to do this is really tough.
Sure.
At least for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, life comes up.
Yeah, I mean,
And
so
it's
like
the worst
heck,
when players
yeah.
complain. I mean, then it's like, great, I'm devoting, I don't know, how much is that? 10% of my, no, well, maybe not, maybe 5% of like my week,
Yeah.
literally 5% to umpiring, and you get someone who just fucking complains all the time about everything.
Yeah. No, it sucks. Like, I actually have abandoned 2 projects. The one was the Cayman Islands game, which was going to be interesting, but then just everything with this came up, and I didn't have time. Overcommitted. And then the other was
And then
testing.
Carter was like, "Well, I can't run that. What I need to run is a Civil War game."
Well, the Civil War game happens after this is done. Come on now.
Uh-huh.
Don't flame me.
Yeah.
Like that. Don't. And the thing is, though, like I made the module, made all the pieces. So if any of you wanted to run it,
I could see myself running at some point, but I don't think when D-Day is going on.
No, God no. Yeah, like the World War II like Discord is dead, but that's because everybody in it is here. So this is
there's
the World War II Discord.
Corsica game just starting up.
Right. Yeah, Tan's getting back on. I really hope he follows that through. His Vietnam game, God, it pissed me off, but it was a good game.
That was a fun game to umpire.
Yeah, and it wasn't even his fault. It was Sam. Oh my gosh.
What did he do this time?
He was the air
no.
controller.
No!
There was blue on
Why
blue.
would
Yeah, as
anyone
bad as it
let
sounds.
Well, great. Sam is my second in command, so that'll be fun to.
Yeah, he was. There was like I got a report from one of my commanders. I was the American overall commander, and I was like, the guy said, "I'm being bombed by jets." I was like, "How the hell did the Viet Cong get jets?" That's like, and he said,
And I remember
"I don't know,
umpiring
man."
that.
And so they had to retreat into Laos, and so then like our air support couldn't help them, and they were just being riddled full of bullets by the Viet Cong in Laos, because the Viet Cong don't care. And then I was like, yeah, so I'm gonna send a report up to Corps Command now, so that I can get additional air support, because apparently the Viet Cong have jets now. I didn't even, perhaps to my discredit, I didn't even think about the possibility of blue on blue. I was like, no, we would like. Nobody on this team is that stupid. Or so I thought. Turns out. Yeah.
I remember
I'm
running the high command for that, and that was like, are you sure they're Viet Cong jets? I mean, are you sure that's happening?
They're NVA jets, guys.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna tell them Viet Cong jets. I was saying NVA, but
oh yeah.
Because Viet Cong jets is just absurd. I was like, when it became a possibility in my mind that it was blue on blue, I still pursued the extra air support, because I was like, having an extra squadron or 2 can't hurt. Maybe it would have actually, though, considering Sam was the air commander. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know how much I want to give away, but I'm in Otto's March to this March on the Rhine game.
That's really fun. That's cool.
Yeah. Sam has managed to find a way to attack with the rear guard.
Oh man.
I'm playing the disgruntled guard in that. I'm just arguing with Sam all the time. That game's great. That's super fun. Otto does super great updates.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see. One of these supports
All right.
would go to each
I'm done
of these
here.
units.
All
I have
right.
one more to do.
All
Why did I not do these in sections? Why did I roll all the dice at once?
Now you've just got a pile of dice. Good luck.
Okay. So that's 5 versus. Okay. And the British put 6 fires, so okay. So we'll take 3 dice. Okay.
I
So
mean,
1,
All right, I believe that's everybody.
5.
And then they'll add us if we didn't. It's the
Yeah.
onus is on them to remind us if we forgot.
Hang on, let me just save first. This is No, this is Karentan.
honestly, though, like I've been thinking, I think I made a mistake starting the Vietnam game. I mean, I think like Civil War, Napoleonic is kind of more fun for Kriegspiel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's bad to say umpiring D-Day, but it's just
Yeah.
like you have a lot more control in that. And this feels like you have a lot less control.
True. It's interesting. I think where this system, I mentioned it earlier in Discord, but I think that this game is kind of stretching the system to its limit. I think the system, right? This system is probably best used at the battalion block and above, right? I think it's abstracted to the point where really you want to be running battalions around, not companies.
It also depends on what the scenario is.
Yes.
But of course, nobody would be stupid enough to do that, to run a company level D-Day game just because somebody said they wouldn't do it.
That wasn't the reason why. The reason why is because I wanted to. It's not because somebody said I couldn't do it. It's because my mind is suspiciously closed. Like we ran the test games, right? With companies.
Ran, quote unquote.
No, not the
kinda...
D-Day test game. The
not
Corregidor, Hong Kong.
Oh,
we ran
yeah.
With companies. And I didn't think to just elevate the scale. I was like, oh, all right, so let's look at this order of battle and start throwing down companies. But I should have thought about doing division commanders with battalion blocks, but I didn't. And that's my bad.
Well, I mean, I think because there's just a lot less control, at least I think in these kind of things, because you have artillery, you have airstrikes, you have naval fire, whatever.
Yeah, it's basically the art of war in the World War II games is like how much mass and how much fires can you bring upon a target, right? It's what can you bring to the table as opposed to like how you use what you've got.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and that was like what I was thinking about in terms of like some people were suggesting like a Cold War gone hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like through the fold the gap type thing, and I'm like I'd want one umpire for every 2 players because like the post World War II warfare is so technical.
Yep.
Yeah, you would have to have special electronic warfare umpires, and
God.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I like just the maneuver more as a player and as an umpire.
Yeah, I mean, so that's also the thing about World War II is that you're trying to keep kind of like consistent front lines, whereas in Civil War you're kind of just like maneuvering around. You can't really keep a front line until you get engaged, and so there's you're just kind of like if you're a regiment commander here, right? The only option you're not going left or right, you're just going forward.
Yeah.
Right. It's so. Yeah.
By the way, Carter. The British did make it across this term.
They made it across through that?
Yes.
They must have rolled extremely well.
One of the German units rolled a 1.
Oh. Was it on one of the like little crossings or was it that big crossing?
That big crossing.
No.
I need to roll a death die.
There were 4 companies there. There were 4 companies. even with all of the divisional fire support, like, no shot that a company is making it across that bridge. Like, it's a bridge. Like,
We're good.
Fair point.
like the Germans would all have to run away, you know, like, because it's just it's what most people would call a target rich environment, you know. Like, I mean, it's so easy to just pick them off, you know. Oh, why did we just load the West Coast 1010 map?
I'm gonna guess because Carter made a mistake.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was me. I thought I would be kicked out of. I did save the last one in case you guys didn't do that.
I already had it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No,
I was
you're all
gonna
good.
say
My
I would
bad.
have started to cry.
Let's go to con.
I'd cry on the stream.
There was one player in West Cottington that didn't have his orders in, and as I am a magnanimous god, I decided to give him some extra time.
Okay.
I really want to make a World War II Missouri operational game, or excuse me, Civil War Missouri operational game. I think that would be super fun. Not World War II.
I would totally do that. Help umpire that. I think there's a lot of exciting opportunities there. Assuming the Confederates won at Pea Ridge.
Mm-hmm. Well, it would probably be before Pea Ridge. Yeah,
I gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just disaster after disaster over there, like Wilson's Creek, and then Pea Ridge, and then.
But it didn't have to be that way. I mean, I think people think, you know, oh, the Union is going to win the West from the start or whatever. But
no, yeah.
I mean, they were legit battles.
Yeah.
You know?
Has there ever been talk
invaded New Mexico, for Christ's sake, because some guy
Glorieta Pass. That was exciting.
Yeah, some guy
the
was
Gettysburg
like,
of the West.
That's
what they call it. That's what they call Glorieta.
Except not like Gettysburg in
not
any
like
way.
Gettysburg. Other than that, it was the high water mark for the Confederate Far West campaign. But, yeah.
Okay, so that's 15.
Okay,
but
so
the British rolled a 9.
10:30. Nothing new to report.
Get that copy and paste ready.
I'm ready.
And go. Skip 21st Panzer. 716. Go.
Are you even giving them screenshots at this point?
No. If they're like, hey bro, can I get a screenshot? I'll be like, yeah, sure, King. I got you. But they're not even asking for them. You know.
Okay, so that's...
I don't get why they aren't moving out.
Yeah, they could probably roll up the entire Allied line.
I don't know if they'd roll up, but the whole line.
Maybe
they'd
not.
Make a good effort.
Maybe not the Brits, but paratroopers.
Okay, so that's
Utah
6.
Beach.
Okay, that's fit. Oh my God, they're gonna do it. There's no. That unit rolled a 10. How are they?
Did these units move, Carter?
I moved them.
Oh, already? Okay.
That's literally the only thing that's moving.
Okay, so...
All right.
Has
there ever been any consideration of an Operation Downfall game?
Let me show you something.
Okay. My heart's beating faster.
Trust me, Carter's considered every game. He even had a entire World War II game that he came out that he got far enough to have a module for.
I'm still loading.
Awesome.
I think it'd be really cool to do it in Invasion of Taiwan.
I even
game.
started making the pieces for it. Like, I even started making the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Not many of
British
them.
rolled a 7.
But yeah.
Okay, so that's 10.
I'll show you another game. That
hold on, I'm still loading.
Oh, you're still.
How do you load in so fast? I have a good
Fiber
computer
optics.
too.
16.
Yeah, I've thought about this.
What?
Russo-Japanese War.
Wasn't
What?
Russo-Japanese War, and forgive my ignorance, wasn't mostly like naval power, right? Like the most important deciding factor was the naval battles.
It's basically
deciding, sure. It's the Battle of Tsushima, but I mean, a lot of if the Japanese had won the Battle of Tsushima and lost everything else, they still would have lost the war. So I mean,
Yeah, and also like and it's kind of also another thing that I'm considering, because I'm considering developing a rule set for magazine rifle.
Oh,
I'm not
Kind
familiar
of
with that.
cool map.
Boer war and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Because basically what I want to do is I want to take a bunch of players and basically say, like, don't look up anything about the tactics of this time period. You're role playing as an officer, and they didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Like there's this one quote from a British officer who said, "Let me pull it up."
This is a really cool map.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll show you something else.
Now I
I'm
want to
gonna
see
go to a
your
soccer later.
Boer War map.
I don't have Boer War, but
It's
I gave Sean a whole bunch of maps.
yeah. I'm still like thinking about it, and like, because I have to develop a system for it.
Everybody's like, Carter, why don't you do Barbarossa? Bro, I
Oh,
already made
God.
the pieces for the Germans.
Oh my god.
You
But-
why do you do this to yourself?
This was months ago, bro. This was months ago.
Okay,
I just haven't found
does
like
that
a
make it
great
any
map.
This
better?
map is so clean. Like,
Yeah.
it looks so nice.
What is
Yeah.
this?
So this is part of like a series of
Barbarossa?
maps. Yeah, this is Eastern Poland. This is part of like a series of maps, but I'd have to create like 4 or 5 or 6 different like tables in order to like get all of the map coverage, right? So this would be like Army Group North starting positions, right? But it could work. I'd rather just find one map that I could do it on, but I haven't found a, you know, like you're not going to find a map of like the Western Soviet Union that is good enough detail.
Yeah.
It's just one map, you know. It's going to be a whole bunch of different maps put together.
Oh god.
But yeah.
I really want to run an Allied invasion of Taiwan from in World War II. I think that would be super fun. Like an
Actually,
operational level.
Yeah, I've got maps of Taiwan 1 to 250,000 scale from 1950, or was it 1954? Basically, think Korean War period, and that's when the maps are from. In fact, I've got maps of all of China, all of Manchuria, all of Korea, all of Taiwan, and I think some of India from the Korean War period. So if we wanted to do like Korean War and then even escalate it into like MacArthur invades China, right? We could do that, you know. We've got the maps for it. In fact, CT and I were kind of like talking with each other about doing a Korean War operational game, but we've just been too busy with everything else to focus on that.
You can say part of that is also, you said India, but what about Burma?
We've got maps of Burma from that period as well.
So I've always thought CBI theater, World War II game would be fun. It's such a theater that is ignored.
Yeah.
Like terribly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that would
like
be
another thing that I was thinking about
I'll show
doing
you something else too.
is doing an operational game that's New Guinea plus the Solomons.
Oh yeah.
Because like at least in the histories that I've read, all of it is about Guadalcanal, and it doesn't really place it in the larger context of the New Guinea campaign.
Yeah, so here's this map. I'm showing this to you because this is
your map of your next game.
So this is the concept I was thinking about before I decided to do the whole Civil War, because I was like, why not do World War II? But I was just thinking about all of the different things that I'd have to factor in and all sorts of different crap, and I was like, even this is beyond me. And also, like, you know, there's nothing new that doing a World War II global scale Kriegspiel would bring, right? Just play Hearts of Iron or some crap, you know, like. Whereas,
and also, if I was playing, I would be super pissy if you got any naval detail wrong.
Right? Yeah, I mean, so like everybody's a World War II nerd, but not everybody is as big of a Civil War nerd as I am. So, I can be kind of an authority on that. Whereas even though I've studied World War II a bunch, I'm not going to get every single detail right, because there's just, with a conflict as big as World War II, you're always going to be missing some detail. You can never be encyclopedic in your knowledge of World War II.
By the way, I found the passage that I was looking for earlier.
This is great. This is the kind of thing that I cut my teeth on like years ago when I first started doing war games. Not like Kriegspiel, not that kind of thing, but a map like this on a message board, and the map would just be updated, in Photoshop or whatever. And I mean, I probably did 10 years of that with a group that I'm just now trying to siphon into IKS to do some stuff. A couple of the guys joined the Bull Run.
Oh, nice.
Game. Yeah.
I actually, so even I'll show you at the top here. I'll ping it. I even had Damon make me some a custom script.
Oh, cool.
To put the pieces together, so you can like just edit the text on each of these pieces to name it whatever you want. And I was the idea would have been to have each block be a core, and you could just change you could write down on each piece the composition of that core, and then you'd assign it a combat value, and then it would roll like that. And so that would have been simple, right? The existing World War II rules where you just roll like a D12 or D8, whatever, that would have worked fine. But then adding in all of the logistics, all of the production, all of the recruitment, all of the, it would have been hell.
Mm-hmm.
So Civil War, especially with enough Civil War buffs on the team that we got a team instead of just me, then it would have been okay.
Yeah, by the way, I found that quote that I was looking for. This is from a book called The Defense of Duffer's Drift. And if I ever run a Boer War game, this is kind of the feeling that I want to capture. This is an officer describing being sent off with like 50 men to defend a ford. Now, if they had given me a job like fighting the Battle of Waterloo or Sedan or Bull Run, I knew all about that. I had crammed it up. I had been examined on it, too. I also knew how to take up positions for a division or even an army corps. But the stupid little subaltern's game of the defense of a drift with a small detachment was, curiously enough, most perplexing. I had never really considered such a thing. And so basically, like, what I would be trying to do is, like, particularly lower level officers in this period were not trained like they were in World War II or now, where it's about taking initiative and finding how to best execute the orders. It's more about relaying the brigade commander's orders to the troops.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
Southern half of Okinawa.
Okinawa.
Wow, my RAM utilization just collapsed my computer into a black hole.
I even have a bunch of the pieces made, but I'm probably going to scrap all of this and instead make it in battalions instead of companies. Yeah,
Don't say Carter hasn't learned his lesson.
Yeah. Tack and I were talking, Tack and I have talked through about how we'd run Okinawa, even down to like the number of players that we'd assign to naval task forces.
Wow.
Because Okinawa would be kind of a co-op scenario where you'd have a bunch of different players. We'd go all in on the realism for like having everybody under everything for the Allies, right? For the Americans. We'd have naval,
Would
we'd
be a
have air, we'd
PvE
have
scenario.
yeah, it'd be PvE. So we'd go all in on the American players, and then have one guy masterminding the Japanese to create the problems. And we'd have, you know, like air cover rules, ground support rules, you know, naval fire support, kamikaze attack rules, right? You know, all of that stuff we would do. On top of just the normal, you know, cookie cutter ground combat.
Who do you have in mind for the Japanese player?
My roommate Liam Moffat. I was thinking about having him do that. But I don't know when or if we're gonna run Okinawa. But it's a decent map. It's not a bad map.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume we'd want to remove all the markings and stuff, right?
Yeah, we could probably clean it up a bit.
Yeah.
And maybe spice it up a little more too. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, this is one of the original occupation maps. This isn't
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've also got maps for I've got a Northern Okinawa map. I'll load that one in. Yeah, here it is.
Okay, by the way, Carter.
Yeah, what's up?
The British did manage to force their way across that bridge.
Oh, man. They broke all
Yes.
4 German companies?
All 3.
Oh, wow.
One of them was a pioneer company.
Jeez. Well, pioneers can fight.
Well, they're tending to the explosives on the bridge.
Ah, true. They're busy.
Yes.
Did they blow it up?
So, that's what I'm rolling for right now.
Okay. Let me join that.
Okay.
Let me see
Fine.
this before I leave.
Okay,
This
so
will probably
considering
head out in a minute
that, okay, things are not. Okay, that unit has taken losses, but they're not all the way forced back yet. I'd say that they still have a chance to blow it next turn.
Come on. You got the server info pinned, right?
Yes. In the umpire channel.
I think there it is. Okay.
Okay. And so then, let's see.
Yeah, so I think half the reason I showed you all of those modules that I have made or partially made is to show you that it's not like every game I think of I run.
Just the craziest ones. Just the company scale D-Day and the entire Civil War.
Yeah.
Is the entire Civil War, is that going to brigade level?
When we fight some of the battles, maybe.
Okay.
Tak and I are working on the citizen soldiers rules to be to be abstractable out to like players are corps commanders and each block is an entire brigade.
Sure.
So
I'd honestly, I so far my experience with the rules, I think they'd work even better at that scale.
Is that what Bull Run's going to be?
no, Bull Run's brigade commanders.
No, I mean the citizen soldiers rule.
Oh yeah.
What is the citizen soldiers rules?
It's a little custom brew that
On the side, Carter was developing a new rule set
Oh wow.
for Civil War.
Damon's idea. I'm just playtesting it and kind of along with Tak putting down some concrete.
I sent him a message today and he left me on read. I feel
Tak?
so dejected. Yeah, no, Damon.
No.
I was like, hey, I
Wait.
really liked your Gettysburg map. Can you look at this Bull Run thing? It's kind of give me some criticism. And he probably looked at it like, yeah. Nope. Dick.
Wait, there's a way to check if someone left you on read.
No,
In
I mean,
Discord?
I just...
I was gonna say, damn, that'd be nice to know.
So yeah,
Destroy my self-esteem for most things.
Yeah. So turns out having 3 fire support dice is rather significant. And so I haven't quite added everything up here to see how exactly badly the British force back these units over here, but they're going to make a crossing here. They probably aren't going to make a crossing here, but they're going to make a crossing here.
Wow. Wait, but these guys rolled a 1, and these guys rolled a 7 plus. Oh,
yes,
wait.
So
No, these are the German rolls.
Yes.
And these are the Brit. Yeah, okay. Because
Yeah.
I do it the other way around. Got it.
I sometimes do that. There's just so many dice. It's just
Yeah.
easier this way.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
there's
So
more allied crap
this
over
is gonna crumble like a
Yes.
like a freaking
Yeah.
crouton, bro. Like that's gonna be bad. Oh my gosh. Same here. Jeez.
Yeah.
And here. Oh. Well, that was the one company. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I don't know. These are pretty strong rolls.
I already did this.
I'd say
map.
the ruling I'd give is that this company is currently crossing the bridge. It's fighting its way across. Like it's not on the other
Yes.
side. They haven't got a bridge.
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying the Germans only rolled a 5 to blow the bridge. So I'm gonna say that. Well, the British haven't secured the other end yet, so they still have another chance.
And the Germans have another chance to blow it up too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though if the Germans failed this roll, which they did, I assume.
Yes.
Then it's probably going to be even less likely the next time because the British are probably going to see the charges and have men scrambling over the sides to try and cut the wires or whatnot.
Yes, although it maybe the chance would be modified if the player gave an explicit roll to blow, an explicit command to blow the bridge.
True.
Because right now it's also factoring in, this commander is like, do I blow the bridge? I've not been ordered to.
I mean, if I were the commander, I'd be like, blow it, but
yeah.
That just seems like the smart decision,
Yeah.
But let's check out what the heck's going on. So 51st is about to run into some folks.
This is Imperial Looney over here.
Oh, yeah.
He set up his column and ran right into Germans guarding his crossing.
The one company that he could have possibly run into.
And then the 9th Brigade over here. This player, I feel really bad for him. He's been doing pretty well. He's been
the British or the German player?
The British player of the 9th Infantry Brigade. He's been doing pretty well. Over here, he was attacking these heights, and he did like a beautiful.
Oh shit! When you do the army commanders, I can do that real quick. I almost forgot.
Did like a beautiful pincer attack on these heights.
But there was no one there.
Yes. And now the 2 points where he's trying to cross. Well, one was already blown up, but there's no way he could have known that. And then this one, he had some beautiful rolls on artillery. It was literally his batteries rolled a 4, 3, and 3.
I mean, you could probably jump across that creek. Not gonna lie.
Yes, but that crossing point is, it's just kind of just
I'd tell him that
sometimes
you
like,
can probably just
yeah.
cross it. I mean, the bridges are just so that you don't have to get your tires wet. Like.
And then over here, here are the mechanized infantry that I've been griping that aren't doing anything.
Oh yeah, they're not engineers. These are
these are engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, these guys, I don't know why the British aren't using them. It could be really useful.
Yeah.
And then hopefully this guy, after realizing that this bridge is blown,
just walks across the river. Because it's just
well,
so
no,
small.
he shouldn't. Well, because he's trying to cross the A, and that's a little bit of a bigger river.
Yeah, but it isn't that bridge which is blown up. It's the one across the little tiny baby river.
No, if you look at the crossroads right here, that was the bridge into Lasay over the A.
Okay.
And his orders were explicitly to attack the town, but it's been in British hands for 2 hours.
Blue. Interesting. Where's the division commander for the 3rd Fallschirmjäger? Is he still? He's still
in the same spot he's always been.
Farther west than some of these British troops. Oh my gosh! Wait! Whoa!
Oh yeah.
When you were telling me about how far inland the 131st is, oh my god!
Yep,
oh my
they are.
God!
Yep, they are closer to the Germans than they are to
the beach.
I think not even just to the beach. Let's see.
So they're nearest friendly forces. Like,
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it's just them right now.
It is.
And not only that, he's split his command.
Oh no. If the Germans move out of Saint-Lô going west, he's gonna get slapped.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He doesn't even know the absolute rough handling he is going to get at the hands of 21st Panzer if he does not.
Yep, and I'd imagine that they've got really kind of just the movement really kind of mess with them. If you'll see where Rommel is.
Okay, look, he can get to St. Lo this turn. If that's where like his
I already gave him some extra movement.
Look, this is based on a car going at 20 kilometers an hour. He can go 30. He's in a staff car. He can get there.
It's also worth mentioning a lot of these roads that have been like tread upon all day might be a little muddy.
Well, maybe he can go 40.
This is the main road.
True.
This would be like a sealed road.
The ones closer to the beach that are being torn up by tank treads, yeah, I would agree, but not these roads, not the one.
Also, I think historically it rained the day before June 6th.
If I'm not mistaken, I think June 5th was actually a pretty good day, but up until up through June 4th, I think it was pretty terrible weather.
Do you all think people would be interested in playing an operational World War II game?
Oh,
I think so.
Oh yeah, people would totally be down. If you want to borrow my Barbarossa module, be my guest.
Well, I think I would want to do an invasion of Taiwan. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, you're mentioning that, yeah.
Mostly because the Allies thought about it. They had a plan. It was called Operation, I think, Causeway or something.
Right. It was the Navy plan.
Yeah, that was
and the
King's
Army plan
baby.
was to go into Philippines.
No, it wasn't even really wasn't even really the Navy.
Oh.
It was very much more Admiral King.
And Nimitz
Mhm.
agreed. Nimitz was kind of a surprise too.
No, not really. Nimitz was representing King's interest at the conference, but even King like acknowledged Nimitz isn't as big of a fan of the plan as I am.
No, he
Yeah.
wasn't. But he was probably more of a. I think he was more of a fan of that plan than he was of the Philippines. To be honest.
Well-
What Nimitz was really what he really wanted to do was
Was a Central Pacific
what-
drive. Yeah.
was what
And go to
Spurn
Japan.
wanted to do, which was Iwo Jima, Okinawa.
Yeah.
But the issue with invading Taiwan, I think part of why they decided against it is because it's like such a like insanely difficult to invade.
Yeah. Imagine like
Um,
how difficult Okinawa was. Well, heck, like take the Philippines for example. We invaded Luzon in January of 1945, and Yamashita, with I think 50 or 60,000 troops, was the last major Japanese commander to surrender on like September 3rd, 1945, the day after the official Japanese surrender in Tokyo Bay. Right? He still had that many guys with him in the jungle of Luzon. So imagine, now go to Taiwan where the terrain is even rougher. Island's not quite as
And
big.
also,
but-
another thing to consider is that, and this is one of MacArthur's big arguments, is that the Philippines was a friendly place.
Yep.
They had a bunch of guerrillas and all kinds of different stuff. They didn't know, but they suspected that Taiwan would be the opposite.
Yeah.
And just imagine like twice as bad terrain and just be totally fucked.
Yeah.
Plus, Taiwan would be in range of the Japanese bases in China.
Yes. Yeah, and all of the invasion beaches that you could think of are on the west coast. Meaning
Of
that
course.
the fleet would have to be in the Taiwan Strait, being just pummeled by kamikazes coming from the Chinese mainland.
That'd be kind of fun to do, like just a super fucked up campaign
Yeah.
where the
that would
allies
be-
are set up.
Oh, lots of casualties.
Once
Good
did an
reason, man.
invasion of Taiwan game in 2025. Kind of not the same political landscape, but
I mean, I was like just thinking all the trouble Russia's having in Ukraine, and Ukraine's like flat plains. I mean, it's like ideal invasion place, right? And there's lots of
Certainly
Russian
the east of
speakers.
it.
Well, I mean, the infrastructure is kind of terrible. Like,
Well, sure,
there's like 3 bridges across the Dnieper south of Kiev.
sure.
And so,
At least that eastern Ukraine. I mean, that's as ideal as you can get.
Mm.
Like flat, open, little patches of forest here and there, sure, and they speak Russian. Some of them, I mean, there are separatists there. A lot of them are propped up by Russia, but there are people there who want to be part of Russia. And all
Although-
the trouble they're having,
right.
like an invasion of Taiwan, I think would be 1,000 times harder for China.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't mean they won't try it.
Doesn't mean they won't try, but I think it'd be very, very bloody.
Yeah, and then especially, like, I mean, like, I think China, like, with how it's building up its navy, it can certainly deny, it can certainly deny, like, the seas to the U.S. for, like, first month, maybe 2. But once the U.S. starts concentrating naval assets, like,
Yeah, and
No.
it would take longer for the Chinese to actually, like in an ideal world, it would take longer for the Chinese, like ideal for the Chinese. It would take longer for them to actually invade and occupy Taiwan than it would take for the U.S. to concentrate sufficient naval forces there to prevent them landing reinforcements.
yes.
Yeah. It
And
would
the
just be
U.S.
totally
also
fucked
has
up.
a bunch of staging points.
Mm-hmm. Well, heck, I mean,
Japan,
where I'm
Okinawa's
going in a
like
few
right next
weeks, like-
door.
Yeah, like where I'm going in just a couple weeks is like, Guam, Saipan, Tinian, right? They got bases there. Then there's the Philippines, and then you got Japan and South Korea and all that. So we've got them kind of well, that's like the first island ring, right? Is what I think the experts call it.
The first island chain.
Yeah,
is
first
what they
island
call
chain.
I mean,
So-
there's a lot on the news about the invasion of Taiwan. I don't think it's going to happen. I hope not soon. It just wouldn't make any sense.
it.
Yeah.
If they do it in the next, 2 or 3 years, they're just off the rocker. But of course, that's. I also said if Putin invades Ukraine, he's off his rocker.
Yeah, I think what that
Turns out he was.
you know,
I was wrong because I was right about the consequences. Like,
Right. And like China's built on economic success, like their whole political system. Once GDP starts to go down, I think that's the end of the CCP. Russia is not. Russia is pretty.
well, I mean, Russia
Putin
is
is
like,
popular there.
yeah.
I think a lot of analysts are looking at, I think it's 2035 and 2049. That's going to be the 100th anniversary of the foundation of the CCP. And then the 100th anniversary of something else. And so those are going to be big dates for, is China going to start this new strategy? Are they going to begin a new era, as they called it back then? That's so who really knows?
Yeah. Yeah, nobody knows. But all this political commentary is great. Or well, not really political commentary, but just strategic analysis. But I've got to head out. So I'm going to end the stream here. I hope everyone watching had a good time.
Thank you, everyone watching.
Yep. And no thank you to the players watching while the game is still going on.
We know who you are.
We know who you are, yes.
Ultra will inform us.
Yes.
mhm.
So get the heck out of here, boys. And stay true. Keep your honor. And yeah.
Although I must say, props to them if they've sat through and listened to all the streams. I mean, that's a lot of that's some dedication there.
Yeah.
I know
Hit
Tack
the
has
like
been
button if
telling
you
me-
are here.
Yeah. I know Tack has been telling me that he's going to go through and watch all the streams. So at least one of them is going to sit through all of them. I suspect, though, that the players are probably going to go through their reports and be like, what turns are the most interesting for me? And then they'll go selectively watch. And that's fine, right? You know, that's what I'd do. In fact, I probably wouldn't even watch the streams. I probably would just be like, cool. I might watch the After Action Report stream. That, like, I can't even imagine. The After Action Report stream for this is going to be like 6 hours. It's going to be crazy.
God, I
Probably
hope
gonna
not.
have
We
to
should plan it
do-
more.
Yeah, we should definitely kind of not script it, but like get an outline.
Yeah, I think for sure. Otherwise, it will be 6 hours long.
Yeah.
Maybe we can invite like the army commanders on both sides.
Yeah, we
Do
can't open it
Interviews.
up to general description. We can we'll have to like pick and choose who we want in terms of the players on the stream.
Yeah. And then like maybe a separate like general discussion
Right.
like time.
Can you imagine having 96 people on the same channel in Discord? Like,
That's I think just under the actual limit that you can possibly have in a Discord channel, if I'm not mistaken.
If we become a Discord partner, then that goes up.
I would want to blow my brains out if there were 96 people in the same channel.
Yeah, I mean most of them would probably be muted, but yeah. Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine just the people leaving and coming in?
Yeah, just turn streamer mode on. that takes away all of the freaking dink, ba-dum, you know.
Oh yeah. Hey, before we go, Carter, do you
Yeah.
want to jump into a game that I just hosted to grab the West Cotentin save, just in case I get hit by a Mack truck? The game name is Bismarck, and the password is 135.
I'll stream
And-
it. I'll keep streaming.
Quick question.
I mean, you don't. You can end the stream just
Yeah.
before you crash.
Yep. All right. All right, stream. I hope you had a good time. I will see you in the next